Welcome to ATP Customs. Well, today is day 2 of our stereo review week. And today we're going to compare the dual voice coil 10-inch Kenwood subwoofer that's in the 94 Mustang GT versus the 10-inch Bazooka Tube that's in my Dodge Dually Mega Cab. So, let's start out with the Mustang. It has a Pioneer deck, which is nothing major. Everything seems to have Pioneer decks laying around here because I guess they're cheap and they keep showing up. Factory speakers. Speakers are running off the deck. And we have a dual voice coil Kenwood, which was a $500 sub that somebody actually gave me for free. And this sub is probably, I'm going to say 10 years old, so there's no point in pulling it out of the hole and finding out what model it is because you can't buy it anymore. But just to give you a review and a comparison, this is a dual voice coil sub, and this Baseworks box is just a little box that I had kicking around. It's actually really tiny. I'm going to say it's maybe 10 inches wide. And this thing pounds. I am blown away at how much bass this makes. It is clearly, it's a good sub for this size of trunk. It is a very large trunk. It is powered by an MB Cort FX1 500. Seems to be just fine for that thing. The sound is crystal clear. It is just a beautiful sounding system. It is actually overwhelming for the factory speakers. That seems to be common around here. We never have amps to run on the speakers. We're starting to get into that, using 4 channels now. So, 10-inch dual voice coil, winner for sure. Definitely would spend the money on those. It's less money I have to spend on multiple subs. It's like having multiple subs in your car. That thing is awesome. Now let's have a look at my Dodge. My Dodge has an actual Pioneer DVD player, GPS, and we have a 10-inch Bazooka Tube behind the seat of the Mega Cab. Now 10-inch is a touch big. I actually have to keep this, it makes this seat sit forward about 1 to 2 inches more than it should. But what I do like is I can throw all my junk in the back and the sub doesn't get damaged. Now this thing sounds really nice. I've had a couple of 8-inch amplified Bazooka Tubes and they're okay. For smaller vehicles, they're all right. This is the non-amplified Bazooka Tube where you have to run your own amp. I can't remember what brand that is. It's probably a typical 500 watt amp. But the difference between the 10-inch non-amplified with an amp versus an 8-inch amplified was night and day. This thing is loud. It does make a lot of bass. It's nice and clear. And that's what I love, is I love being able to throw all my gear and stuff over the back of the seat, and I never have to worry about the sub getting damaged. So now, when I ordered this sub, I bought it off of eBay, and it was $222 delivered to my door with shipping. So I thought, well, I mean, hopefully it's going to fit in the Mega Cab, and thankfully it did fit, because I feel that it utilizes all of that space behind the seats for extra bass. I have tried these Bazooka Tubes in various different configurations. In the back of SUVs, I don't feel works very good at all. But behind a seat like this, works really well. Seems like it creates a lot more bass than I've seen before out of the Bazooka Tubes. And the other thing is that the difference in amplifiers between this one and the Mustang, this one I believe was regular $199 and I got it for 99 bucks, whereas the one in the Mustang was regular $389 and I got it for $199 or $189, something like that. So for 30 years plus, I've always been hoarding and buying stereo equipment that was on sale, kept buying all the cheapest stuff all the time. But now we're getting into the better quality stuff, the more expensive stuff, which you'll see coming in over the next couple days. So compare it to what's in the Mustang one more time. Yes, this Bazooka Tube works for what I'm doing in a work truck. Works great. It's lasted me a long time. I'm guessing 8 to 10 years I've had it. and had not a single issue with it. It's been reliable, and I can probably get another 10 years out of it when I use it in something. But that's not going to be staying in here. The plan is we are going to switch all of the stereo equipment in my Dodge over to Alpine one day, just because I've never had a complete Alpine system. I do have a brand new Alpine digital 5-channel amp for it that I want to try. So that thing is going to be getting a pair of thin Alpine 12s behind the seat. I haven't decided on what model yet. By the time I get to it, there'll probably be a new model coming out. So yes, my Dodge will become all Alpine. Now, comparing this dual voice coil 10-inch with 500 watts to the cheap MTX 12-inch Thunder series, I think they were, there is no comparison. I thought it might, being a dual voice coil, might give them a run, but bass-wise, no comparison at all. Sound quality-wise, this thing blows them out of the water. The MTX make tons of bass, but I'm no stereo expert, so I don't have the vocabulary to describe it all to you. But quality-wise, this definitely is nice. I would buy more dual voice coils in a heartbeat. We'll be investing more into that soon. So there you go. That's day 2 of the stereo review that we have laying everywhere in all of our vehicles. And Mr. White's going to bring both his Mustangs down tomorrow, so you guys are going to have stereo videos all through the weekend. And yes, there is a POS van on my trailer that's going to scrap right now, but my trailer had a little issue, so we had to fix it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe.